Tonight, if you have the opportunity of drive through town, you'll see that our blue lights are on. And we're deeply saddened to learn of the passing of White Mountain Apache officer David Kellywood early Monday morning, and we offer our condolences to his family, friends, and fellow officers, and to the tribal members of this significant loss. Sadly, his passing is a tragedy that our Shoalo citizens are not unfamiliar with, and one that will affect the lives of those living in the Apache Reservation and beyond. Officer Kellywood is a hero for protecting those who were in harm's way during the tragic incident that took his life. The White Mountain Apache tribe is blessed to have members such as Officer Kellywood, who give unselfishly of themselves and share a sense of community. He'll be greatly missed by his wife and 2 children, along with those he served and those he served with. Last Friday, his wife, Camilla Kellywood, graduated with her master's degree, and they were so excited in the things that were happening. He left behind 2 children, ages 5 and ages 3, Gabriel and David Kellywood Jr. As I talked with tribal chairwoman Wendina Rilbird, she shared with me the moment of taking his body from the hospital. As a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old could only sense a little bit right now of the sense of what had happened. But they saluted their father as he was taken out. And I think we too salute the servicemen of our community, the first responders, and those who do so much and are sometimes underpaid, underappreciated, and deal with the tragedies and all the things that we don't have to deal with. And we salute you tonight and for his family and the things they have done for our community. Officer Kellywood's body will lie in state with an open viewing at the Chief Alchese Activity Center in White River, beginning February 27, 2020 at 10 a.m. and his funeral being held on Saturday, February 29th at 11 a.m. Those wishing to donate to his cause can through Wells Fargo branch, and the memoriam is set up for Officer David Kellywood.
Officer Kellywood was a true warrior and a great young man who wanted nothing more than to serve his community. He first started his career in law enforcement with the Navajo County Sheriff's Office as a detention officer, and he served with us for a couple years and was a well-respected, well-loved individual that brought a lot of leadership into our jail, and the people there loved working with him. And we encouraged him. He wanted to leave to go serve his home community, his home tribe, the White Mountain Apache tribe. He wanted to be a police officer. And he lived his dream. And he graduated from the academy last May. And we supported him as he left our agency because he was going to support and he was going to work in this community. And Monday morning, he responded to a call for service where the community felt that there was a threat in their community, that they called 911. And he was a warrior that stepped up and responded, first man on scene. And he stood face to face with that threat. And his life was taken. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a son. But the positive that came out of this is what I was coming here to speak tonight was how we work closely as public safety throughout the county. And that night, just like we experienced in the city of Shoalo 3.5 years ago, and it seems like just yesterday. And when that happened, we didn't want to see that happen again. And unfortunately, that is stricken our community. But today, you saw the community that comes together. You see the blue lights throughout the city of Shoalo. Shoalo has been a great supporter of law enforcement. Shoalo rallied around the officer, your police department, when you lost an officer, Darren Reed, November 8th, 2016. And now this has happened again. And today, with the procession that came through town and came through the reservation up through Pine Top Lakeside into Shoalo and on into Taylor, there's people standing up and down the streets, saluting and showing their support for the men in blue. But that was a major incident that everybody responds and everybody comes together. White Mountain Apache Tribe's a small agency, and they don't have the manpower to deal with this type of incident and still respond to the needs of their community. Every single police department and neighboring agencies and tribal agencies they're all sending officers down there to take calls for service so that they can heal together as a small agency and they can get through this, and then we can go down there and we can support them and we can make sure that public safety continues to move forward on their land.